Hello again. Thank you for joining me for my latest psychic reading. Today I'm doing a reading for Prince William and his lovely wife Catherine, or Kate, and it's a tarot reading, and my name's David Charles, international psychic medium, master of witchcraft. If you'd like a psychic reading with me privately, go to the bio below. It's davidcharlespsychic.com. Or one of my team. I have over 100 psychics working for me. Let's take a look at Prince William and Princess Catherine, and there's a major secret at the end that no psychic in this world has picked up on, and I'm going to give it you today first. You'll hear it first before anywhere else, and it concerns, well, the throne really, the crown if you want to call it that. Let's take a look. I hope that's not too loud for you. Prince William. We'll take a look at him first, then we'll look at Catherine, then we'll look at them together, as I usually do. And I'll try and point out the negatives first. I'm looking 12 to 14 weeks ahead to begin with. Look at the negatives first, and this is Prince William as it stands today, and it is the 12th of November 2022. This card here, Five of Swords, look at that, quarrels, arguments, fighting, conflict. This card symbolically means arguments, quarrels, the kind, usually with these readings, these are the kind of arguments you've got to avoid because you won't win. If he gets in arguments now, for the next quarter, 12 or 14 weeks, he's going to lose. So he can't really win, and he'll be wrong even if he's right. Comes up in lots of readings, especially these days, the way the world is today. But if I were talking to William now, if you're watching William, don't get arguing because you're going to lose, and you could get dragged into other people's arguments as well. And he doesn't really want that. He's had enough of his own problems recently. This card here, the Hanged Man, shows a chap, poor bloke, upside down, hanging. It shows a person, despite the royalty and all that goes with it, that hasn't had an easy life. Well, we know that William's been through a tragedy when he was only a child. So he's had a terrible life in some respects, his private life. Outwardly, he looks okay now, but he has had troubles. This card really means that all the problems he's had in the past are now going to come and be paid back. So he's going to get some good karma and get some rewards for the suffering that he's had in his life and the tragedies and the grief and that sort of thing. So that's about the next quarter as well, 12 to 14 weeks. Prince William will get some karma, and it's about time he deserves something good coming up. This card here, look at this chap alone at night with his dreams or his worries for company. This tells me that Prince William is a worrier. And only Catherine will know that, but I think he's a worrier. He's worrying about things, it's affecting his sleeping patterns. He probably sleeps all right, but when he gets up in the morning, he feels as though he hasn't. And he hasn't gained from his sleep because he's worrying about things, and they don't help. And I think if he hadn't got Catherine, I don't really know who he'd turn to, because I think she's his rock, and that's a term his mother used a lot, but I think Catherine is William's rock, and I think they're a fantastic couple, a well-matched couple together. But at the moment, William's not sleeping well. If you're one of his friends or somebody you trust, tell him to sort his sleeping pattern out and to stop worrying. There's nothing here in this reading, so far anyway, that should cause anything to worry about. Nothing that he can change by worrying anyway. So these are the negatives first. Quarrels he should avoid. Lack of sleep because of stress. His stress levels are 8 out of 10. It's far too high. We all have stress these days, but William's is too high, and he could do with lowering it really. This card shows a lady. This lady is somebody who worries about William. I think it's almost certainly his wife, Catherine. She worries about him. She worries about him worrying about things. So she's concerned about him. There's no need for it. Everything's okay. But there is a major secret at the end of the reading, which I will tell you today before you hear it anywhere else in the world. But this lady, animal lover, caring, kind, beautiful, very feminine lady. So it's got to be Catherine. There's no one else around him like that. And she is worried about William. And she needn't really be worried because she's worried because he's a bit of a worrier. So it goes round in a circle really. The rest of it, I think, is pretty good. Let's tell you some positives. Well, first of all, he's got contact with an older lady. And of course, it could be a relative or it could be Catherine's family. This lady gives him advice. It's someone he goes to when he wants advice. He trusts this lady. She's possibly a water sign or watery characteristics. She's been a good mum in her life. She's a person that tells it like it is. If he asks for advice, she'll tell him straight. And I think he appreciates that. And I think it's Catherine's mum, or maybe one of Catherine's family, that William goes to for advice. And he will be doing that a lot. And there's not many people that he will do that with. There's not many people who he will trust, or that he can trust, in fact. So, these are the positives. This one here shows a reunion. Somebody from his past in touch. Possibly a lady. Could be an old girlfriend. Something changing hands. You see them giving each other gifts. It could be a bunch of flowers. It could be a photograph. Something changing hands between them. And it's a nice thing. It's not a romantic thing. It may have been in the past. But not, of course not now, it's not. And that may bring a lot of reminiscence to William from when he was younger, when he was a teenager, maybe university, memories like that. Nice memories, pleasant memories. And it may take him away from his worries for a while, this lady. It could be a bloke, but I think it's a lady. But somebody from his past is getting in touch, or maybe already in touch at the moment. Now this one here shows the lovers from the Major Arcana. Now this can mean, but it does mean decisions have to be made. It can be a crossroads in your love life, and you need to decide which way you're going. Now this can mean a new lover, not in this case, obviously. But it can also mean that you're reaching some kind of turning point and you've got to make a few decisions about the way your romance is going. Doesn't mean there's a problem, but it means they may need to make a few changes. Maybe include some people, maybe leave a few people out. There may be things causing problems. And they will reach a crossroads. Well, William will reach a crossroads within the next quarter, and he'll have to make decisions. If he doesn't make decisions, they will be forced upon him, and so he's got to make decisions about his romantic situation. And he can go left, right or straight ahead, but the main thing is that he can't go backwards, and he mustn't go backwards. And then he has the Fool from the Major Arcana. In an ordinary deck of cards, that would be the Joker. You can see the Fool about to step over the cliff. The little dog there by his side looks at him as if to say, "Are you mad?" So the spirit world are saying to Prince William, take a chance, take a risk, do something you've always wanted to do, but you've never done it, or you've put it off. Or something may pop along and you may think, I'm going to try this. And they're encouraging him, the spirit world are encouraging Prince William to be adventurous, to take a chance, do something different. He will know what that is. We won't know until it happens. But this man and Kate, they're both quite psychic. It's come up in previous readings as well. So I think also they have a telepathic link. They know what each other's thinking, even if they're hundreds of miles apart, which is not very often, by the way. But they are telepathic, they're psychic, they both have healing abilities, especially Kate. And they're both arty, dignified, classy. And I think they're doing, and I'm not a royalist, I'm not anti or for it, I'm not an expert on the royals, but I think they're doing an excellent job, and they're an example for people to look at, because they do everything with dignity and class. But that's what I'm getting here. I think if he stops worrying about things, things will pick up. He's getting some karma, he's getting rewarded and paid back for the bad things that's happened in his life so far. Losing his mum, of course, is the main thing. And he's suffered there, but things are improving in the rest of his life, as if to make up for it. They'll never make up for it, of course, but he's getting some good stuff for a change. That's the point I'm making. So that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at Catherine, his beautiful wife, Katie, or Kate. And then we'll look at them together. So this is, I'll give these a shuffle, not near the microphone. And they've been shuffled, of course, for ages. So this is for Kate Middleton, Princess Kate, Princess Catherine. Right. So negatives first. Well, there's legal stuff. There's always legal stuff in their reading. This can be solicitors, lawyers, experts in law. It can mean legal paperwork. It doesn't have to be law or solicitors. They may be signing contracts or legal paperwork that's very, very important during the next quarter, 12 to 14 weeks, as I always say. That will be important. It's not negative necessarily, but it could be a bit of a nuisance, put it that way. You may have spotted the Three of Swords there. That would be the Three of Spades in an ordinary deck. That can mean somebody is causing trouble or trying to cause trouble between them in their romantic life. So William and Kate, some outsider may be trying to stir it up in the background. A third party. It can be an in-law, it could be a friend, or someone that you think is a friend and isn't. Somebody's trying to stir it up. I wonder who that could be. Put your answers in the comments, please. I'd like to hear your opinion. I know who I think it is, but I'm not going to say on here for obvious reasons. Now then, negatives. There's not really many negatives here. The Judgment card is a bit like what Prince William had. He's going to get some. She's going to get some karma, which means if Kate's been naughty, it's a judgment from the Major Arcana. It means justice. She's going to get what she deserves. So if she's been bad, she'll get bad stuff. She hasn't been bad, so she's got some good karma coming. Good things are coming to her. Things that she deserves, things that she should have are heading her way, and they're coming soon. Now I'm going to tell you the positives, and you may have spotted something here. If you can see them, I don't know if you can see them. The Sun card. This can mean lovely things going on, new beginnings, new starts, new opportunities. The sun shining for her, but look at there in the picture, you'll see a baby. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a pregnancy, but it's got a good chance that it can. These come up in lots of readings, and people say there's always pregnancies, but there is always pregnancies because lots of people get pregnant. This one is an animal lover, which I think Kate is. See the horse there? She may like horses. A person of class, dignity, and somebody who may be having a baby. Not sure how old Kate is these days, but that's what's in the reading. If it's not Kate, could be a sister or a relative, but it's got to be someone close, otherwise it wouldn't be in this reading. So there's a pregnancy around her, possibly a birth. Maybe somebody's already pregnant. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't follow the news on these people, but I know that this is a good reading, and that card is there twice. So I've obviously mixed them up somewhere. She has the Strength card. Now this shows that there's a lady with strength. Again, an animal there, a cat. It shows an animal, and if you look at the card, the lady on the card looks pregnant. So somehow got that card from another deck. There's so many here, I mixed them up. But this card is relevant to her. The Strength card means that Kate has strength. Strength that she didn't really know that she had. So she's got the ability to do things, and she needs to think, well, more confidently really. She's stronger than she thinks she is. And it's a good job she is, because I think William needs her that way at the moment, and well, he always will. So positives here. This one here, I'll show you that one first. That's a lady she turns to, somebody around the work. She may be somebody that Kate employs. Another person likes animals. This person is a younger person, someone that you can trust. If you tell this person your secrets, the Queen of Clubs in an ordinary day, if you tell her secrets, they will be safe. You can trust her judgment. Again, another lady, a younger lady, but she tells it like it is. It's a woman who knows where she's going, knows what she's doing, and she may work for Kate, or she's part of Kate's earthly life. It's not anything to do with romance or boyfriends or husbands. It's somebody in the earthly part of her life, the down-to-earth sort of part. So that's the lady she gets advice from. Now, you may have noticed the Ace of Cups. Cups mean love in most cases, not all the cups, but nearly all of the cups mean something to do with emotion, feelings and love. The cups, of course, are the hearts in an ordinary deck of cards. And an ace, or aces, number one means a new beginning. So that could be a new beginning in her romantic situation. It can mean that she's falling in love, and William and Kate are falling in love all over again, or they're rekindling the love they had, and it's getting stronger and stronger, almost like they're brand new again, like they've just met, which is beautiful, very romantic, and it's lovely. And you may see here the three, another emotional card, the Three of Cups, Three of Hearts, showing a celebration, a party, reason to be cheerful, something coming up. You may know more than me, maybe you'll tell me in the comments. And remember, if you'd like a reading of me, go to my bio or my website. It's davidcharlespsychic.com. It's down below. You can get a reading with my team. I've got over 100 psychics that work for me, and they're all good. They're all vetted. So look at that. She's got some good stuff. The love life looks brilliant, but somebody is trying to stir up trouble. It's deliberate. It's not accidental. Somebody's winding things up in the background, and they will be for the next 12 to 14 weeks, maybe a bit longer than that. So she's getting judgment, she's getting karma, she's got good stuff coming, and there's definitely a baby. There's two cards here that both can mean babies, pregnancies, birth, new beginnings. Of course, it can be the birth of an idea, it can be the birth of a new hobby, and it doesn't have to be a child, but it does look likely that there's a baby coming soon. Let's take a look at them both together. Don't forget to make some comments. Follow me if you would. Subscribe, it's quite free. If you click the little bell icon, YouTube will tell you every time I upload a new video, which is not been a lot lately because of a little COVID and lots of other problems. But let's take a look at them both together. Prince William, Princess Catherine, for the next 12 to 14 weeks. And then I'll tell you a secret that you may not believe, but it's coming and you're going to hear it here first. To do with the crown. An apt title at the moment. Right. Now I'll show you the negatives again first. You may see straight away, if you can see them. If you're on a little tiny phone, you may not see these, but if you're on a full-size computer, an Apple or something, I call my Apple the Big Mac because it's big. You may see this one here. This is all the knives in the back. Swords would be spades in an ordinary deck, and this card shows backstabbing. Literally what it says. The picture gives away the meaning. The symbolism of this card is backstabbing. Somebody or some people, maybe more than one, are being naughty behind William and Kate's back, sticking the knife in, maybe very pleasant to their face. Somebody is backstabbing. Jealousy is involved. There's jealousy around this, and William has had jealousy around him for most of his adult life and his teenage years. There's jealousy around him. This card here, the death card, doesn't mean death, okay? You're going to spot that straight away. At the end, it means the death of an era, the end of an era. If somebody's really poorly and you know they're not going to last, then it can mean a death. But it's very unusual. The spirit world do not reveal death in readings. It's Hollywood stuff. These are classed as major secrets. But the death card means the end of an era, getting rid of all the rubbish, starting again, brand new start. So it's not a negative card, although it can be sad because you're clearing out some of the previous troubles that you've had and getting rid of them. You may have seen the tower, people falling from the tower there. Look, not a very nice picture. This is a bit of a link to the death card. It means that there may be turbulence coming, but the turbulence, a bit like when something shakes you up a bit, it's a turbulence that they won't like, but it will get rid of all the rubbish, and in a few months' time they may look back and think, well, thank God that happened, we're glad. So turbulence, if they get it, is for the good, it's for the better, to get rid of all the rubbish. I always say, like putting it out with the bins for the bin men to take away. And then you've got the moon here from the Major Arcana. Another card that can mean skullduggery from females, probably a female, a woman. In the background, a nasty, spiteful piece of work, jealousy, skullduggery. Could be more than one of them, could be two of them, maybe three. There's a dodgy woman around this couple, and she's in the background stirring up things. Let me know in the comments who you think that may be. You may know more than me. The Hermit card, a lot of Major Arcana. This means stress. Again, so both of these, Catherine and William, are under stress at the moment. You wouldn't think it to look at them because they do very well. But they are under a lot of stress, and they could do without it really, and they need to get rid of it if they can. So backstabbing, stress, a dodgy woman, a bit of a rough time, as in turbulence, that will be for the good, it will improve things, and then it's the end of an era. I think they're coming out of a bad time, things are improving. Although this all looks bad, it means that the bad stuff is going away now, and they're heading to better times. Then they have this chap here, probably from the coast originally, arty, talented, sensitive, kind person who will make an offer of friendship to them or something similar. And it's another cup card, which means emotion, of course. Could be a water sign or come from water, the coast, or maybe you live by a river or something. But this person you'll see is the page. Now all of these cards have an equal in an ordinary deck, but the page doesn't. It's Jack, Queen, King. There isn't a page in an ordinary deck of cards, but there is in the tarot. The page means that somebody, you can see him making an offer. It's an offer of friendship or love. It can be a female, but I think it's a man, and he's going to bring friendship to them, love to them, feeling genuine as well. And it's a kind, arty, slightly feminine side to him. It's not gay, but he has a feminine feeling nature. So he's in touch with his feminine side. And then finally, this card here indicates what I said in the last 10 minutes or so ago, psychic activity, possibly from a female, almost certainly Princess Diana, the late Princess Diana. I think they took that title off her anyway, but that's going on. She's around them. There's no question about that. She's guiding them. She's horrified at the feud that they've had recently, and they're still having, which, by the way, will end soon. But not until the book we all know of, it comes out, Harry's book. But the feud will end after that, I think. It should have ended before. Well, it nearly did, but it's back on again. So, Princess Diana, there may be another spirit guide around them too. It could be the late Her Majesty the Queen, could be someone like that. There's at least one female spirit guide guiding Catherine and William and helping them through. Then, similar to the page, we have the Knight of Cups. This is someone who travels a lot. Another kind person, much more mature than the page. Another person who helps them. Again, I think it's a man. I don't think it's a female, but it could be female. And it's somebody that will offer them help, offer them genuine friendship, when all around them there are possible signs of backstabbing, skullduggery and a nasty female. So let me know what you think of all that. But generally speaking, all these cards, although they look bad, it means that all the bad stuff is going away now and they're starting again. They've got aces coming through, as you've noticed, and it's good stuff. I think that things are improving for them. And now I'll tell you a major secret that I've been picking up for quite a while, and you're not probably going to believe this, but I believe that within 10 years Prince William will be crowned king, and next year in King Charles's coronation they may slightly alter the wording, only slightly, to allow for this to happen. It could be within 5 years, but I believe within 10 years we will be looking at King William, and I don't know if that's third, fourth, fifth or what it is, and the Queen will be his wife, his lovely wife Kate, within 10 years, but I think probably more like 5 years. It's sooner than we think. I think Prince Charles will no longer be king, and it will be King William. Let me know what you think about that. You haven't heard it before. No other psychic has picked this up, not as far as I know, not anyone on the internet anyway. Let me know what you think. Please follow me, share, subscribe to my videos, as I said, my videos. And if you click the little bell icon, YouTube will let you know when I release new films. And if you'd like a psychic reading with me personally from anywhere in the world, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. It's down below, and you can get me on the phone or one of my team, and I have over 100 psychics working for me. Lovely to speak to you all. Remember, take it easy. Remember my motto, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And I love every one of you. So take it easy. See you soon. Stay cool. Catch you later. Bye-bye.